Hey, Steven. Yeah, this didn't happen soon. Sorry about that. I got caught up in some busy, like, few weeks of stuff, and then kind of forgot about it. I'll be completely honest. I was expecting some sort of habit to kind of kick in. I would, like, at this point, or at that point, all the way back at the end of May. But it didn't. And then I went like 3 weeks, um, closer to a month of just forgetting about it. And then this last month has just been, okay, I'll go do it. And then, or just remembering as I'm going to bed. Because for some reason, I always remember all of the things I need to do right before I go to bed. And then just continually not writing it down and continually not really having the right time to do it and not doing it. So yeah, we're at the later end of July now. So hi, it's been a while. I'm so sorry. I definitely I just watched your May video, or like May 30th video. I hadn't watched it till now. And I regret waiting this long after just watching that, and I didn't realize I missed this as much as I did, but just getting to that point was, I should have done this a lot earlier. The one issue with this, doing it through this YouTube thing, is if you don't deal or respond right away, the reminders about it go away, which makes it harder for me to get back into it, and made it harder for me to remember to do this. But I had a lot of time. I'm just cooking dinner up right now, and yeah, finally actually doing this. So hi. I'm not going to do as much of a response to the May video. I don't think you even remember what's in that video. One thing I'll say is I'm sorry my Instagram photos kind of died off a bit. I was doing a little less traveling, a little more spending time just in Austria, though I will be doing what probably is my last big trip, maybe my second last big trip, to Budapest this coming weekend. So I'm quite excited about that. So you will have more photos and more of a reason to look at Instagram. I've also spent very little time in terms of personal projects recently. A lot more of my time has been spent on ESCO and CFES stuff and just student leadership, and not doing anything and just taking some time to relax. So for better or for worse, I will probably want to get back into it at some time, maybe soon. But I've had a little lull in motivation just with what I've been doing. So we'll see. That's fine. Like, I'm used to having lulls in motivation. It's not going to be perfect at all times. Yeah. Other updates. I've been just living a good life. I've been chilling. I mean, you had a monster in your video. I have a beer in mine. Seems pretty indicative of who we are. But no, I've been enjoying myself. I've been trying to just kind of ease into the European life, which has been nice. It's chill. It's relatively relaxed. I've been integrating more with my coworkers, which has been good. We've gone out doing some things every once in a while, which is nice. I'm getting more work at the lab, which is good. I'm just kind of having a good time. I'm starting to look forward for the fall, because that's going to be an absolute blast. This fall's going to be nuts. But that's a good thing. As I'm starting to get to the point where I'm missing people. I'm missing kind of that social side of thing. I'm definitely less social out here. I have less groups of people I'm with all the time, and I'm not like going out to bars a few times a week. There's a lot of that I just don't have. For better or for worse. I mean, it's giving me more time to be introspective, giving me more time just to kind of relax, and I think I'm actually going to be going into a term for the first time fully relaxed, which is going to be good. So I'm kind of excited for that. Yeah, I don't know. There's been a bunch of cool little things, but just been taking my time and loving it. Yeah, fuck, I did miss this. Why did I go so long not doing this? And why did you not remind me? I got no messages from you on Discord reminding me, so maybe we both forgot. So, I'm not, yeah. A few cool things that I want your thoughts on, I guess, maybe. One thing that I learned very recently is something called Chinook jargon, or like Chinook as like a language. And I mean, I don't know if you grew up with this, but I grew up with a bunch of random words that I came to know after I moved to Ontario as BC slang. It's like stuff like skookum, meaning like strong and stuff, or like cultists. And I just like took it off as BC slang. And I'm like, yeah, these words have some obviously indigenous roots for a few of them, but whatever, they're BC slang, so on and so forth. But I found out that there was actually a full language for many, many years that was people were fluent in between the indigenous population and the settlers and the traders there, called Chinook jargon. And skookum's a word in that language. And it's not a fully dead language. There's a few people who still speak it fluently. And I thought that was really cool. You also search up Chinook Wawa. There's a bunch of places in the area that are named after words in that language, like cultist. Cultist means bad or evil, which is, I never knew that. Or you'll see a lot of places in the area are named Boston, which is weird. Boston's far away. But because the original American settlers in Oregon and Washington, which this language also spreads down into, were from Boston. Boston became in that language to mean American. And so if you think of anything that's like Boston Bar or whatever, that's American Bar. It stands for American, which was quite interesting. So I'm curious to do more research on it. I've only started learning about it now. I'm curious to see how far it reaches. I'm curious to see, there's been inklings that it's reached into Alberta, which, and other places in Yukon. I'm curious if that whole part of Boston leads into why Boston Pizza has its name, as Boston Pizza is Canadian, and all that. So that's quite an interesting thing, and a part of BC history that is never told. Like, I mean, we were together in that Canadian history class, and it never went into really a lot of BC history, which was a shame, because there's a lot of cool history. So that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I've been also doing a lot more research and learning about Linux kernel development. So yeah, for some reason mentioning Linux kernel development crashed the video. I think it's due to, for some reason, 30 gigs of storage is not enough to store anything more than a 9-minute video. Who would have thought? Anywho, yeah, I've been learning more about that. I wouldn't mind to get into that kind of development. I don't know what kind of jobs are out there for it though. It's a mix of a bunch of stuff, but I think there seems like a world that there would always be jobs for. In terms of there's always these hardware products coming out, and I don't know, interests me. So I need to learn more. I need to see where it gets me, but we'll see. It's already starting to find jobs for winter. Winter will most likely be in Waterloo, but we'll see. I'm gonna try to be in Vancouver or somewhere in the BC area for summer. But again, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm just adding this last little tidbit to make sure I finish the video. It's been my life. I more want to hear what's going on with you. It's been 2 months. Again, I'm sorry. And yeah, I just want to get these started again. Miss you, dude. Hope to see you soon.